Police have recently caught up to 2010 by adding in body cameras to all of their officers, or at least starting to. Let's watch how they give themselves pats on the back for adding in a cell phone camera into every officer's pocket.
For the next 6 months, uniformed members of the Vancouver Police Department, working in the downtown core, East Vancouver, and our traffic services section, will be deploying with body-worn cameras. This is part of a trial period, which will help guide us towards a broader rollout for all frontline Vancouver police officers.
This is the body-worn camera. It's the start of my shift, so I'll be turning on the camera by pressing the top button here. I can see that the camera has turned on, as on the LED screen there.
Whoa,
it says ready. It is in a what we call the buffering setting, which is visual recording only, no audio, and it's on 30-second loops. When I'm required to record an interaction, I'm gonna select this center mass here button 2 times. And as you can hear, that beep, that double beep,
so
and
dumb.
as well there are now red lights
so
on
dumb.
the camera. When I decide to end the recording, I select the same button and hold it down for 3 seconds. You'll notice now the lights are gone, and that long durated beep signifies that we're no longer actively recording.
As part of this project, we're aware that people have concerns about their privacy, for good reason. And we're
no, fuck their privacy. I'm sorry. No, fuck their privacy. No, fuck their privacy. I'm sorry, and I know it seems really crazy to say, but if an officer is in a public zone doing public things, absolutely that camera can be turned on. When they're going into a private unit, of course, obviously that's something you want to be careful with, but you still want to record that damn thing. You never not want to have an officer record you. You never not want to have an officer record you. That is number one, okay? Always. Even if you're doing something bad, you still want the officer to record you, okay? The fact that we're
taking steps to address those concerns. This is a big change, and we know that some of you might have some important questions. So for more information or to share your thoughts on body-worn cameras, visit vpd.ca/body-worn cameras.
There is a way to fix this with regular cell phones and proper training and proper levels of liability, but they don't want to train their officers. They don't want to have proper levels of liability. They want to put all of the responsibility on the company. Oh, I actually got to remove that. Whoops, 1 second here, guys. I got chat messages from the cartoon stream instead. But here's something I'll actually, yeah, fix in a second. Now, I know officers shouldn't be all computer security experts, but officers should be security experts. Meaning they should know how to record information, how to move information, and how to legally take evidence from one thing and put it in another thing, okay? Like, that should be part of the standard operating procedures of an officer. Now, there's going to be a lot of people in managerial perspectives that disagree with me, and there's also going to be a lot of people in positions of officers right now that also disagree with me, and they only disagree with me because you're an idiot, okay? Simple as that. And I know that's a very bold statement, but as the world changes, there should be levels of responsibility. What you're doing is you're having the equivalent of having an officer giving him a car, but then having somebody else drive the car for them. That's it, right? You're giving them the camera, but you're not actually giving the officer proper responsibilities with the camera. You're saying to the officer, you're saying to everybody else, hey, we don't want our officers to be responsible for anything that goes on. We need a third party to come in and set themselves up with whatnot, the camera. Of course, people are going to argue, like, oh, security and reliability and blah, 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 blah. No, it should be that at any point in time, if an officer wants to and should, if at any point in time an officer has the possibility to record an event, they should be recording an event 100% of the time. Like, there's it's crazy to me that people don't want public, like, I think if you work at any point in time for the government, at any service, you should be fucking recorded. You should be fucking recorded. If my tax dollars, if anybody else's tax dollars are paying for you to work, you should be recorded. Every single tiny little thing you do. Should it be public? No, absolutely not. I'm not saying that recorded information on a body camera or on a whatever it is should be something that everybody should have access to. But should it be accessible? Yes. There's no reason for somebody that works for the government in any way to hide anything. So, just my another one of my 2-cent little getting frustrated with the world and how the lack of responsibility is and training is becoming a big issue. Almost like imagine having an officer and then like not having him trained with a gun, right? That just doesn't make any frickin' sense. And not having the officer clean their own gun, or not having the officer maintain their own stuff. It doesn't make sense why you wouldn't apply that same thing to a body camera. Just my sense.